Hi everyone, welcome to Divine Sacred Tarot. Today is a very special day, 24th of April 2024. If you're watching this in the future, obviously this is meant for you. I'm also recording at 10:10. So this is a big transition. This is a big transformation and change. A lot of you are already feeling purging. You're overwhelmed with a few thoughts. You're kind of going back to some old destructive habits I've heard. Old thoughts are coming up, things that are playing on your brain at this time. Anything that's coming up at this moment is asking you to really um, investigate, magnetize those things, and ask why. Now, what I'm seeing here is the old patterns will come up for you and your divine masculine because you are mirroring each other at this point. But the biggest thing I've seen is they're not going to be as satisfactory as they used to be. So you might be doing something that you once had thought was quite enjoyable. And now when you do it, it's just not the same anymore. And whilst that's happening for both divine masculines and feminines, for divine feminines, you're getting the devil energy. And this is actually asking you to have a look at those old patterns because they're not satisfactory anymore. What can you do to raise up your vibration in the version of your future self? So your divine masculines are also asked to detoxify. So it depends what you want to detoxify. It could be food, it could be body, it could be physical, it could be spiritual, it could be distractions. Figure this out for the both of you because you do have your divine masculine living within you, divine feminines, and your divine feminines are living within you, divine masculines. So just come to a quiet space and really figure out what it is you need at this time. And I'm also hearing that for a lot of counterparts, you're like, look, I've been through this purging, I've been through the pain, and this is for those in particular who have been almost like in this journey for 5, 10 years or so. And you're like, well, what is this for? Aren't we supposed to be in union? Aren't we supposed to be happy with one another? All I'm feeling is grief, pain, purging, destruction. I'm doing the healing. I'm doing all of this, but what is it for? Are we supposed to be in union? And the question to that is going to be revealed in the cards. So I'm gonna obviously shuffle. Thank you, angels, guardians, ancestors, and spirit team. Allow me to receive any messages for those who are listening now and in the future regarding union in this lifetime. Are you kidding me? We've got the Two of Cups that came up. The question was, are we supposed to be in union in this lifetime? The answer is holy yes. Absolutely. You are here. You are created to be in union with one another. This union is not by chance. This connection is not by chance. Everything that you're feeling, this pull towards your divine masculine, divine feminines, is equally felt by the divine masculines. They feel this pull towards you, and they too are doing the work. They're putting the effort and the emphasis on their physical, mental, emotional, spiritual ascension. And by this, it's saying that it may not seem like anything is happening in the physical. You know, you may not have heard from your divine masculine at for a long time, or you may be thinking, am I supposed to be moving on? Is this the person that I'm supposed to be with? What is the purpose of our connection? And the purpose is to illuminate love, to highlight love in this world. This world is going through so much of pain, suffering, wars, death, destruction. There is a lot of love in this world, but we're not seeing that on the media. And this is where I was saying earlier on one of my shorts is we do need to detoxify from the news. We need to detoxify and be very conscious about what we're taking in. So if it doesn't align with your body, if it doesn't feel good in your body, stop punishing yourself in that way. You don't need to go through pain to get a reward. That is the old physical human mentality of when you work hard, you will get this. When you do this, you will get that. You should do this because you deserve it. And it's basically, it's like a dog, like you're being treated like a canine. And let's be honest, we treat our canines better than we treat ourselves. And so this is just a reminder to say, you were born for victory. You were born for union. You were born to illuminate love. And the fact that you are on this channel, you're in this reading, and you're listening to words that really truly align with you just goes to show that you're doing the work. You're going through the healing. You're trying to understand. And when you're trying, the universe feels that vibration. You're trying because you care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to these messages. And so sometimes when you feel that the thoughts are overwhelming or the old purging comes back up, the old story patterns come back up, please save this video because the Two of Cups is here to say, you are meant for love, you are meant for happiness, you are meant for joy, you are meant for abundance, and you are meant for union in this lifetime. You are meant to have and hold this victory in the physical plane. What more messages would you like us to receive regarding the physical union and the Two of Cups, please, Spirit? Thank you, angels, guardians, ancestors, and spirit team, and ascended masters. Okay, this is beautiful. The Two of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, but what I do have is you are just not meant to know right now. We have the Moon card here, Pisces energy, Cancer, Scorpio energy, a lot of water signs. You're supposed to be going with this current flow. If it feels overwhelming, put practices in that help relieve that stress, that pain, that anxiety, those purges. Find somebody who you can lean on and acknowledge that you don't have to be in this black and white experience. You can be in the heart of love and you can emanate that love. But you might need support at this time. You might need a little bit more support than usual. It's okay to reach out to and this is why I say about this community, post in the comments box how you're feeling. I will always read your comments and replies. So this is something just to say, if you feel like you don't have anybody to speak to, create that in this community, because I'm not going to apologize for this statement, but I have the best listeners on this planet. I'm not going to apologize for it. I have whoever is listening, you are incredible, you are wonderful, and there is a reason you're here. I am very sure of this energy that like attracts light. If I'm in a high vibrational channeling message and energy and you are finding this, that means you are a match to this. That means you are meant to see this Two of Cups. That means you are meant to vibrate being in union. This is for you. There are no coincidences, but you're just not meant to know right now. The Moon card is here to say you will be given due steps in appropriate times along your path. And right now, you may be in this element of waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for your divine masculines. And this has caused an inner battle between you two. You're kind of looking for physical verification, but you're forgetting the internal verification that only you decide who your twin flame is. Only you can feel the love. Nobody gets to decide that. Nobody gets to shift your vibration as well as you can. And this is the decision you get to make every day. We don't see that there is a lot of heartbreak and heartache within the connection. And there is a lot of old wounds coming up because you don't want to be taking that in union. You want to be getting rid and realizing what those core patterns were before you come into union, so you don't mirror it on each other. When you're hurting, you're gonna be more likely to not give your best self to whoever you're speaking to. And spirit doesn't want that for your union. Spirit wants you to be in permanent union, in joy and bliss and peace and harmony. And this means that you have been diligent in working on yourself for yourself, first and foremost. But it's also saying that you have no idea how incredible this is going to be. We've got the 10 of Pentacles here. This is a physical, material success. This is abundance. Now, it feels to me like an Ace of Pentacles. And I won't be surprised if it comes up in this reading because we are there. We see this Two of Cups. We aren't supposed to know everything just yet because we don't want to mess it up. And the fact that we are waiting, there is a reason for this waiting. There is a reason why you need to be patient at this time. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here for the divine counterparts who are listening in now and in the future? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here regarding twin flame union and being in the current state? Thank you, angels. Ooh, guardians, ancestors. They seem to be skipping, but they're not. So they're not actually coming out until we do. Okay, so the Two of Wands. Listen, I am not surprised that the Lovers hasn't come out, but you have sowed seeds to come into this element of forward thinking, forward planning. The version you are in this very second is building your future. Now, yes, we need to go through some of the heartache and the pain, and you might be seeing a therapist, you might be gaining support from your tribe, but this is really emphasizing that the balance and the harmony that you're trying to create within yourself is actually leading to a brighter future. This Three of Wands here is all about your fiery side, your emotions, your emotions, your feelings. And when we tap into the physical, the only way that you are going to be satisfied in the material physical realm is when you are in harmony with your inner divine masculine and feminine. When you are in this harmony between your inner self, between sitting alone by yourself, dancing by yourself, being by yourself, when you are happy, knowing you are in union with your twin flame, knowing your union in the physical is inevitable. This is when it comes in to show you that your future, you're building your future based on the vibrations that you're in. So let's have a look at some chakras. So what is going on in the head chakra for the divine masculine? And what is going on in the head chakra for the divine feminines? Okay, the two cards that wanted to come out, the Hierophant for the divine masculines and for the divine feminines. We've got one card, the Three of Swords. So what did I say earlier? The Three of Swords had come out because this is something that is really playing on your heart at the moment. The old patterns are coming up and the inner critic is getting a little bit louder at this time. So what tools do you need at this time? Is it journaling? Is it meditation? Is it detoxing from social media? Is it actually just sitting in silence and seeing what comes up? I'm doing a practice at this time and I'm just gonna observe and write down all my thoughts that are happening throughout the day. We have a lot of thoughts, so it's going to be a very large document, but my purpose was to come online and channel and then find things that would enable me to sit in silence. I have never done this. I've sat in silence in meditation, but I've never done it for an extended period of time. Now, I'm very lucky that I get to manage my own schedule. So even though I have coaching later on, I'm still being very conscious about what my brain is taking in. So instead of looking outside for distractions, I'm looking inwards to really assess what is that double-edged sword within me? Which swords are still stuck in the heart space? What is trying to break free? What is my inner child thinking and feeling? And rather than delving into the depths of my inner thoughts and behaviors, I'm going to allow my thoughts to be presented to me throughout the day. And this is one type of tool that you can use. So, Spirit is asking me to share my story in case that it may be useful for someone. And this pattern, these old thoughts and behaviors, this is happening for the divine masculine too, because if it's happening for you, divine feminine, you are interconnected with your divine masculines, and they too are not going to feel satisfaction in, frivolous connections, in um porn, in like scrolling social media. They're going to find the things that they do usually so unsatisfactory that it's like the ick factor. They're going to get the ick factor on the things that they used to do, and it's going to become such an ick that they're going to be like, this needs to change. This genuinely needs to shift. And that has been purposeful for the divine masculine because the whole world is going to change now. So we've got the card 21, which is the 10-10-1, new beginnings, the endings, the cycle of the 10-10, which was relevant at the beginning of the reading, which is why I mentioned it, but it didn't come into the light until when these cards came out. And that's pretty much the overall message of today, is saying you're supposed to not know. You're supposed to have this moon just watch over you and illuminate what you need to know at this very time. It's okay to be in this element of patience because patience is teaching you something in particular. You are going to be in union with your twin flame. You are going to have this material abundance, but what are you blocking to prevent that future from becoming a reality? The divine masculines have the Hierophant and the World card, so they are looking more about their religious behavior, people who are probably being bigotry or racist. This is coming up for the divine masculines. Where in their life are they not sinking in to the energy? They're going to feel this off energy. Divine feminines, you may be mirroring this, but what I'm seeing is the divine masculines will be feeling off, and this is going to be about religion. It's going to be about marriage. It's going to be about their old thoughts about marriage. It's going to be about their old thoughts about religion. They may even start to recognize, why am I being obsessed about this one person? And twin flames, signs, synchronicities are coming into their consciousness. So their whole world is changing. And at the bottom of the deck, guess who shows up? The High Priestess. So the Hierophant and the High Priestess are the ultimate divine couple. They are the twin flames, because in the spiritual realm, you are in union. In the 3D, 5D, 6D, 9D, 12D, all these Ds, you're in union. And what you don't know is you have neglected this connection because you weren't able to fully acknowledge you're worthy of it. And this is more so for the divine masculines. So, what's happening in the third eye chakra for the divine feminines? What is happening in the third eye chakra for the divine feminines? Divine feminines, you're probably taking a lot of divine masculines energies at this time, and not intentionally, it's just seeping through because you are getting a stronger and stronger connection between you and your divine masculines. And what I'm seeing in the third eye, there's going to be a tower moment. This had been open and actually quite prominent in your reading yesterday. And it actually does illuminate the fact that you've got the Three of Swords here for your crown chakra. You've got the Tower for your third eye. This is not an easy path that you're going through. Even though the eclipse might have been heavy, even though the full moon might have been heavy, you're still going through that heaviness. And that's okay. This reading is here to say, this is supposed to happen. Why is the Tower card here for the divine feminines? The Tower card is actually here to represent the fact that big changes are due. In order for you to be the future version of yourself, you really need to assess your old version, your current version. And that is supposed to happen in this current phase, this current season, in order for you to move into the highest version of yourself, in order for you to move into your high priestess energy, so you can meet your divine masculines. Now, we've got the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, but the clarification for the Tower was the 8 of Pentacles. You are not against the work that you're putting in into healing your triggers, into therapy, into assessing these thoughts and behaviors. Everything you're doing, including listening to this video, is all about your healing. So you're able to not feel guilty about it anymore. You're able to actually move past this sense of offering yourself this sense of care, love, affection, because you know that you may not see the big picture right now. You may not be shown the big picture, divine feminines, but you know this work is for a purpose. So what you are doing is channeling that energy in a very productive way. It may be in your job, it may be serving your family, it may be serving others, being a volunteer, whatever you're doing, that is exactly where you need to be. What about the divine masculine's third eye chakra? What is happening for the divine masculine's third eye chakra? I'm guessing this reading might be a little bit longer than usual, but hey, I'm happy to be here and I'm so grateful that I get to channel this. So, King of Cups, I absolutely love the bottom of the deck is King of Cups. What they don't know is the Queen of Wands, but the Fool came out in the inverse. Now, when we look at the Fool card, it is about um, having this new start, this new beginning, this naivety of, just stepping out with a small bag and just going, I can do it myself, and just try, right? This is the divine masculines trying. But when it comes out in the inverse with the third eye, they don't see the reason to try yet. They don't actually have the capability to understand what this new beginning will lead them to. It's almost like they want to step forward and have this new beginning. They just don't know what it looks like. So whereas they've got the world card, the new beginning is happening, you, divine feminine, can't actually see the bigger picture either. And this is why the moon is prominent as that overall energy, that neither of you can really see the bigger picture. But this is happening because the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands, for me, is saying that the divine masculines are supposed to be in this free flowing of communication, free flowing of emotions, of expressing themselves, of standing in their sovereign nature, of actually coming into union where they can be honest about how they feel and their emotions can be free flowing, as I said earlier. But this is more a case of nothing's blocking them. So, this is why we have the Fool in the inverse, is because they're not there yet. They're not in that King of Cups energy, but it's so close. And the Queen of Wands is here to say that your healing, divine feminines, your tower moments, your Three of Swords, your work on all of these projects and being of service, and some of you may even be light workers and supporting others, that you're helping your divine masculine astrally, in the other dimensions, for them to come into their emotional stability. So what is happening for the divine feminines in the throat chakra regarding communication? Wow, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So a lot of pentacles are coming up for the divine feminines, because we've had the 10 of Pentacles as the overall energy, the 8 of Pentacles on you working forward. We've had the Three of Swords working on yourself and what is coming up for you. But also the Three of Pentacles is starting again. You're not afraid to start again. You're okay with figuring it out and starting from zero. And it's really funny that the divine masculine had the Fool card, because it is a 0 point, whereas the divine feminines are kind of 3 steps ahead, is what I just heard. Why is the Three of Pentacles here for the divine feminines, please, Spirit? Three of Swords. Oh, wow. This is such a heavy energy for the divine feminines at this time. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Wands and Justice at the back of the deck. So this is divinely orchestrated, divinely guided in order for you to come into your 333 balance: head, heart, soul, mind, body, soul, physical, emotional, spiritual. All of these things are saying to you, divine feminines, You're doing the right thing. It's going to be tough. You signed up for this, and you would be more than happy if you had left this person, this situation, this spiritual path, but you're doing this on purpose because you know there is something bigger. There is something bigger. Can you tell me what is the throat chakra for the divine masculines at this time? The High Priestess. The High Priestess is out, and the Eight of Cups wanted to come out, but it didn't. I'm seeing the High Priestess. Remember, we had the Hierophant for the crown chakra, and now we've had the High Priestess for the throat chakra. Now, the divine masculines are withholding communication about how they feel towards their High Priestess, towards their counterpart. You are their wish fulfillment, divine feminines who are listening in. They are your wish fulfillment, divine masculines. You asked for this person, and there is something preventing you from communicating. Why is communication blocked? For some, Knight of Swords. If you come in with communication that is hasty, Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, if you do come in with communication that is hasty, you're afraid you're going to mess it up because you know this in and out behavior, this hot and cold, is no longer acceptable. Your divine feminines, I'm feeling the Queen of Swords here, is no longer accepting this level of energy and incoherence. You're not being congruent with how you feel. What is happening with the heart chakra for the divine feminines at this time regarding the twin flame union? The Page of Pentacles starting again, Strength card at the bottom of the deck. Your energies, you're not afraid from starting again, divine feminines. We have that from the Three of Pentacles. We've got that from the Eight of Pentacles, and now we've got the Page, which is another step up, just to say you're learning how this new version of you fits into the world. You're trying to understand what this new version of you likes to drink, likes to eat, likes to play with. Your heart is almost being expanded because you're learning how to satisfy your inner child again. And this is the World card that wanted to come out. This is so beautiful because now we are mirroring energies. This level of innocence, naivety, inner child playfulness that is coming out for you, divine feminines, is actually expanding your whole world, and it is going to change your future. What you are doing right this moment, whatever you are doing, it's going to be individual for all of you, is changing the world. What is happening for the divine masculine's heart chakra? The Ace of Swords. Wow, this is that new beginning. This is the new being honest with themselves, not letting their old wounds dictate their future, saying to themselves, what do you really want? Because if you're not sure, I can't give it to you. If you keep focusing on your thought patterns, if you keep focusing on what you've lost, you're not really going to come to the decision of where your heart lies. This is the strength that you need in separation, in isolation, to figure out what has been hurting you, what is continue to present itself in your reality, and how can you be honest with yourself with what you really want. Are there any more messages? Yeah, the Six of Wands. You are deserving of your wish fulfillment. I've just heard the star at the bottom of the deck. The Six of Wands is about emotional satisfaction, about the healing, the intimacy that you crave. And this isn't all physical. This is spiritual. This is mental. This is emotional. This is you and your divine feminines having the level of intimacy you could only dream of. What is happening in the solar plexus for the divine feminines, please, Spirit? Solar plexus, because the cards aren't coming out very easily, I'm just seeing in action. There is no action that you need to take that is of relevance at this time. Your inaction, your patience with yourself, your being in your bubble It actually is receiving the energy for your divine masculines to come in. And this is a judgment card, major arcana again, talking about justice, judgment, fates, past 1010 again, being left behind. You've done the work on this. You're doing the work on this. You're actually bringing in your wish fulfillment. This is what you're doing. Whatever you're currently doing is absolutely on point. Yeah, you may need to tweak it, but that's up to you. What's the divine masculine solar plexus happening right now? So, Eight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Magician. The divine masculines have continued to walk away from how they feel. They haven't been, Ace of Swords, we had that new beginning. They've walked away with how they feel. They've ghosted, they neglected, they've stopped communicating. And then they're in this stalemate energy with spirit because they haven't actually been honest with themselves. With the magician, he's got the sword in his hand. This isn't always the magician card where the magician has the sword in his hand. So the Ace of Swords was about, look, do you want to take this new beginning, or do you want to, go through this grief and isolation and mourning about your past behaviors? Because that's, if you're going to continue doing that, it's the more of that is going to come. So you have a choice to be victorious. So when you're walking away from not dealing with your emotions, not dealing with how you feel, you're taking the sword in your hand and actually being honest with what is going on for you. And how does that look in the future? What is going on for the sacral chakra, for the divine feminines, please? The Strength card, the King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. Major arcanas in your reading, major pain, major upheaval, divine feminines. And as I said earlier, it is for a purpose. It is for your strength. You aren't just gaining strength by being more resilient, being more courageous, being more confident. You're able to build your strength in the way you are vulnerable, in the way you are nurturing, in the way you are kind, in the way you are affectionate, in the way you love. That hasn't been a strength that you could own because that wasn't regarded as something that was valuable. But in this material plane, that is what the world needs. The world needs more of the authentic version of you. In order for that to come through, you are, it's almost like I just had a bite of apple. So if anybody's eating an apple or is cutting up an apple, this is literally for you because it's saying that you're tasting the fruits for the first time. It's almost like you've planted the seeds, you've nurtured that seed, you've watched it grow into a plant. The months and the years have probably passed by, and you weren't really expecting any fruit, but now you're just enjoying the tree. And now all of a sudden, the fruits have harvested. And when you are able to take the bite of that apple, I'm just seeing that Adam Eve moment that you are taking a bite of the apple that wasn't forbidden. That wasn't forbidden. And the forbidden fruit is something that you have honored, you've respected, you've acknowledged. But this fruit that you've grown has given you the material success, the material abundance that you have wanted. And the abundance in regards to health, wealth, happiness, joy, physical wellness, mental wellness. Some of you I've heard have actually pulled yourself out of depression. And this is no easy task. Depression is it's a really powerful energy, and it can sink you into such a deep, dark hole. But something from your past has come up in order for you to acknowledge that you don't need to be the past version of yourself. You can be the upgraded version. You can honor this new version of yourself. And when before you weren't able to honor the sacred, sacral womb space because you were disowned, you were, burned, scorned, punished, shunned. Now it's saying these versions of me, these powerful flames within my sacral chakra can actually be ignited, can be nurtured, can be loved. What is going on for the sacral chakra for the divine masculines, please, Spirit? Now, this card fell on the Strength card and is the Queen of Cups again. The divine masculines are knowing that in order for them to get their wish fulfillment, to get the love that they so desire, they need to be honest with their emotions. The solar plexus and the sacral chakra is very much intertwined because they do live beside one another. So any devastation, any emotional baggage, any heartache that is residual is not going to seep through to the divine masculine's action, the solar plexus. If they're not able to really truly harmonize their emotions, their emotionality, their nurturing for this area, they're not going to be able to harvest it into action. And that is this stuck energy at this time. But I feel the energies are raising because we do have two Queen of Cups. So when they are honest with how they feel, when they are open with their emotions, when they are seeking support and gaining that support, they are going to receive that as their strength. So, whereas earlier I said the womb chakra is somewhere where there was a lot of vulnerability, there was a lot of sacred spirituality energy for the divine feminines, they weren't able to tap into that until it was given permission by themselves, because for a very long time the physical world wasn't enabling them to be in position of this higher vibration. And the divine masculines are realizing through the sacral chakra work that the divine feminines have been doing that in order for them to be in union, in order for them to be strong, they need to tap into their vulnerability, their emotions, they're sharing their space, communicating how they feel, and that is very new to them. But because the Queen is here, they've upgraded this very quickly. You're going to see a new version of your divine masculines that you've not seen before, divine feminines. What is going on in the root chakra for the divine feminines? Now, this landed on the Magician and the Queen of Cups, and it's the Five of Cups in the inverse. Your sacral chakra, your root chakra, your sacral chakra has been purging, has been needing to be nurtured and nourished. So whatever's going on through your root chakra, remember it is in the physical state. This is going to be transmuted all the way through to your crown chakra. And even though you might have felt neglected, even if you haven't been touched in a while, you haven't felt the intimacy and the warmth of your divine masculine, this is something that is changing. This is something that is changing. And it's almost like you're preparing your root and your womb chakra. Oh, wow. I did not expect this message. You're opening up your root chakra and your sacral chakra to welcome your divine masculine home. That was wow. Okay, so what is going on for the root chakra for the divine masculines, please, Spirit? And I don't say that root chakra comment lightly. From Spirit has actually asked me to emphasize that it had been closed and blocked and traumatized for a very long time. But the fact that an open version of your root chakra towards your divine masculine is bliss. So for the root chakra, we've got the Four of Cups, the neglection, the walking away, the not being satisfied. So as I said earlier, they might have been playing through distracting moments to try and purge their root chakra. This hasn't worked in the past and it's not going to work in the future, but they're trying to rid those devil energies regarding distractions, porn, not being satisfied in the bedroom. I've heard they're kind of like they're looking at that thinking that that's their reality, but what they don't know is the sun at the bottom of the deck and the Two of Swords that they do get to choose. So as I said earlier regarding the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups, the divine masculines are choosing what do they need to do to have the victory of the Six of Wands? What do they need to do to balance their heart and head energy? What do they need to do to come into the union of divine feminines and masculines within? What any of the messages as a last call for the divine counterparts? Okay, this is crazy. The devil has now finally come out of the whole reading. The sun is at the bottom of the deck. So what you do not know is all this time the devil was running the show. The devil was running the show because you gave it permission to run the show. Now you are very aware of what these energies are asking you to observe, what these energies are asking for you to look at. How do you want to act? How do you want to play? How do you want to manifest your vision? And within that, you are you're going to gain victory over your past behaviors, and you're going to have this in a material, justified, abundant way. There's no more holding yourself back anymore. There's no more pulling yourself and pushing yourself in different directions. This is saying that you both get to have this new beginning with one another if you choose. All right, I'm going to leave the messages right there. Thank you so much for being here. I send you so much love. Bye for now.